So, hello guys, welcome to new Hollywood movies. And this movie is Nothing Hill 1999 movie reviews and start the movies, and Nothing High 1999 movie reviews, and Nothing Hell is not just romantic comedies, it's a gentlest, timeless, and the friends about and living startings movies, and just like to the movies, and so this is the more attractive movies, and the living can memorable and touching the experiences stories, and just like to the stories, and good be tried by these movies, and just stories without spoiler, and at its heart, and film followers, and William trackers and sky occurred, and long drawn break shop over, and the Anna shot, and a world famous Hollywood actress, and there would should outlet, and but face confident, and politicians, and bringing things, and things, and the stories about how they feel in the love, in about, and just with living can sing, and embellishings, and farmings versus inspirations, powerful versus sporting versus privacy, and just to hug great is at head ambulations, and black hairs, and soft Spocky, and safe distances her transportation, and this roller defending, and has room Roman qualifications, and ruler retractive, and right startings, and agitating the stories, and the real feels real, not cinematics, and their silly mistakes and his understandings, but deeply believing, and waiting duplicates, and with by the rushing gratifications, the feel sensing, and forget, and narratives, and overstanding, and humans drawn for the weak, and just a look on these stories, and this movie is always Hollywood, and good to the attractive movies seen, and so this is the last Legends movie and home ground for not jokers and emotions until without melodrama, and performance lines work because they are simple, not document, and there's music mode, music mode, and the soundtrack play the hard role, and get trip pop and Indonesian beltries, and this movie music never overplays if you walk the feel like of the soap, and this is the Nothing Hill. It tracks field events and Piston House and rain starting scary intensing and London isn't flamfire and its entangles and personal human as the settings and moral the stories and sullen and the theme that last love access unical world and the fear of the beginning scene for who you for your real are catching and our safeties and outlining living have the moment and this is way and the feel against and beautiful lessons when it's still work today and unlike moderns and rom-coms nothing hell hill and doesn't rush emotions don't rely on shock or triggers and trusted senseless and power since if you respect the sense and the feelings and final very track and nothing hell is the compound feel not land not lanes the not the transitions it's about and the choosings and live every win in the set you the just like this movies and more to the movies and attractive and these star lessons and nothing her 1999's hell quite team behind the romance and love without upbound power and the same nights held and the issues and the just romance and its stories about imbalances and Anna has fame, money control our competence and Williams he simplicities and the feel consistently asked and can you love see when one person is always explained and the other in the is imbalancing and this imbalance is what can tensions not music fractions stolations and our medications and just the form a, a listotions and the not journals and movies doing something and it's so fun as emotions and loneliness nothing not exchanging and the Aman Constantines watched and the never feels trusted and really seems a normal person and her most human lines and reflections the expressed he want to be lead and persons and not symbols and make he evidences on not transformations. Wilmans our things and life is the struggle and Wilmans is the not objectives. He works for expansion and the small box of and messy flat and all the dedications, the responsibilities and emotions and something in a world lacks and the field qualifications, attractions and ordering life isn't small, it's a grounding and when the book break hurts and so much when thinking feel apart it's humans because no one is warning and no one chats and the no one lines misbalance that is the issues and applications and different way that real missions make the pain feel the persons to the view and the role of the friend and understandings emotions will when friends are not comping rallying over and the permissions and the interactions and appointments and start greetings choice families they the control among large feel life showing what real blame looks like and music as the emotions memory and the soundtrack isn't just background it ensures emotions and many views expenses and secret song and strategic seasons and that is why watching the movie years and let's see the networks gives even if you feel the change where the feel great better with age and the younger viewers often and she is a fan tablets and older using and film verifications and emulation timing self work where distancing as your related last to the sentence and more the emulation risks and its changings and sampling and the informations and the past tense waiting and emulations grow and the love doesn't happen and overnight her is met qualifications and the feel softening messages without catching nothing has you don't need the expensive angles to the be livid and you just need to be real. That message timeless and feel deep, direct and nothing hell interesting because it's builders and fantastic with response and romantic with realities and humans with malpractices and it's doesn't possible. Love is extensive stories and without changing, and if you want to the more extensive movies and the stories the hills and the nothing hills 1999 and the fantastic that now it's fancy a love stories about two different and relatives most Roman caps and systems and just to the be like offside by the him and the just like by these movies and this is the so more attractive movies and the good trial by him and just like and so reality movies expired and to the good relatives movies and the theatrical movies and Aman live and the world where and the privacies does tax down tax and the transactions and the people want something for her and the willing lives and the world where and the nothing complex and the happiest life of the past paintings and the peoples now him as the his and their human feelings and because this is realities don't matter and that is the last reasons and the good tried by the him and the Aman pain in interrogating and that's the point. Aman Sufyong is quite she isn't object and she isn't documentic and she isn't target she immunizations unisons and the field struggle something powerful and begins admired by millions down men begins understanding by one that loneliness is what full the Crown Williams is normally called when the space spies feel so real the break don't happen because love destroyed by something that thing, better things and some on the helping because she wasn't impressed by the losing privacies being hurt publics and not service the publics and that's where the pain feel matrixes stories and just to the highs on trying things and the starting ideas very start by the hymns and just the light offside by him and the moment work because it fills the imbalances that breaks up as symbol and villain bookshop and reproductions and so humans and go to the tried and if you meet trade and feelings if you make letters they miss each other. The movie family still agreed and love isn't just about feel, it's about timing. That is the powerful trainment and the viewers consideration and with the happy endings and there is the soft accepting because life don't attractive reference like that and the film doesn't imperfections and the compound medications. The field now happens is the imperfections and the respect that the deepest trance of Nothing's Hill. The movie serious dedications because if you get presence on the dedication ideas, you don't have to be distracted to be cousins and but you do have to the believing your distracting loves and that belief is the heart and romantic ritual and if you want the next text is the more attractive and the starting ideas and so this is the more attractive movies and this movie service stations because if you want ideas and the visuals and systems and good to the we tried and just options and that and this is the movie startings idea active and good to the tried and C is the nothing had about and the field findings and about and the coachings and love detectives movies and go to the stories struggle and will in the field to the show something the movies follower and the classy but very balancing rom-com and Ken's meetings and that is the overwhelming life and meet actors theme and just like to the movies and grow with and contractive scenes and just and smell guides and the movement build and intertextuals and confident and mid transitions and the emotion support but characters and the choice removes and the love is the choice of side and humans what make to the special is the that noun and that start things ideas and so this startings and this tied and so the last results options and to the nothing had 1999 iterative timings and allowed and the public self versus private self and Amazon and the lead tribes by the people And that was the person's version, and interactive views and photos and hallucinations and the private versions when users and that is stargates of phone so her isn't attract and never blink for fully yourself and with enemies and because when again that's where the compound feelings and good to the not reality actions and there is the not nothing hills and the trends options timings and the carryings versus emotions and attractive scenes and the public life, private need and fevers, governs and systems and so the laid upside before we're ready to the perfect it's that is painfully and with villains walk away and rejections isn't trait and if you self-respect he reflections and living something and shouldn't need depressions and deep traditions and attract the moment is the corrections, the transforms, and the stories for the fantastics into the methodologies, emotionals, and interrogations, overgrade the instructions, and the performance adding work because it's not about and recording and challenge and co-livings and it's the about choice human choice and extensors our control love our image and the person our millions that's make her valuations echoed by the valuations when the feel, feelings and limitations and the happy, even joyful and moment and the crazy surfings and the not eccentric who because the feel understands love doesn't attractive systems and good to the be tried by him and just tried by like tried and this is so larger systems and this starting ideas and got to the be tried and that's about romance and the love isn't about and love isn't about expectations and love is about being seen and striving away and that is where the ending feel for funeral feel adaptive informations and nothing's hell it's about doing celebrity and it's story about the choices and our safety again and again. That's the it's good and if you want and just like this starts and good to the traditions and nothing hell 1999 haunted scenes and the respect for pain. The field never turns to the wind yard. You many rom-com puts emulations and discussions, movies after stations and nothing hill doesn't puts its the litigations and the feel attractive pausings and sit with discernment and understanding of shoppings and feelings that is trust attractions and celebrations as daily goals and some of the most important movement have minimal talking and soft easy control and unification solutions and that's are to the real to the pain and emotions are you sitting farming and the words needed happen and the moment and this is away the feel sense moments heartbreak is the threatens will distraction systems and when the relationship qualifications and the note she tracks and this is the larger systems and this is the most attractive systems and the main restartings are attractive and this is so often good and but tried on standing and this is so attract by him and just like by the tried and so wheel choice is about safe world and isn't romantic superpants and it's the moment have real cheese and love without any case because lawlessness and animations issues and partnership and this is the nar is the room camps and the male hard choice emulations irritations and the film didn't run the relationships destroys and don't run it and the myth didn't run it and the fair did and the fear of the bring hurt and the begin explored and the not begin and good and that the make the stories universe and the every without celebrity and the movies interactive and the waiting time pass is in the field plenty and it's so that Helen isn't interested and the grow slower and the when the ending feels and Arnold not generic. The field retractions work because both you characters and change and both the tech equals risk and both the choice vibration systems and the deep sound of the nothing hell and just to the and real tried by him and just like options and work to the right siding and this is the larger systems and love only work when both people saw a few things full and that is where the real return access points and the ultimate have a new level and nothing hell 1999 the field time fractions emulations when the confrontation series and work to the happy ending. Nothing had 1999 and this referencing happy ending. Softy manipulations and willing is not domain and abstractions and emanations growth and interactive C and the creative and the safe away and emotionally attractive in the last 19 years. This was race and the feel permanent cadence and the strongest not well that way the willing feel real not performative and when the performance confidence and same work and the I am just a girl and moment second because it's simple and it's on proud and it's ask not demodations essence dons giving and so extending herself that is the strengthening risks willing took Erling now mid predictions and the immunization's power finally balances for most of the field and among the special power and willing the immunizations and at the end among Rick's immunizations and the villains Rick's rejections and both the starting applications that is when the relations feel retractions not parallel table that feel the rejected the feelings and the naturalizations willingness don't save among form fame anecdotal will of the objectives and that doesn't flex of others and that is simple and this make of the love development fix is the excessive systems and grow without transformations and naturally chapters because somebody else and will the attraction systems and good to the betrayed and so this is the more attractive systems and but the happy endings is soon and tried by him and they just the perfect for middle and the perfect balance and see this is the good options and when the feel never feel a detract and so this is the feel of versions but this try to be changing foliage and need for emotraction safeties never is and that is where the nothing hill expensive content and just about to living something attractive it's the about and living your attractive love without becoming and so this is the just more attractive systems and so larger systems but this is so last option and so tried by the him and this is the last reasons and the obstructive and so last systems and this is the attracted by him and so a passing voice over and compromise without moderns and surrounded by systems and that one the Hollywood's movies and so attractive systems and nothing had 1999 safety and self-worthing and emotional safety is the real romance and will never passing and democratic referendum use the guilt for our dream and Aman Rev and make his our thinking and use the statics and the interactions the relationship feel the safe even when the fail and the trust allegations and the love without urgent interactions the feel wrong friends and touching the clock knew the never and the love uniflowed and softly informations the message the real love doesn't rush your if when and until you are ready. I am too overdrive and the core fear villains and be seen and feel isn't reject it's not doing itching and this feel is the attractive I am not successful immunizations I am not special agent when would your choice and the feel variations and without shining that's when Aman choice and willing and so Aman down choice willing in other refinements and see the choice him because see he see the without get seen and anything he heard attractive and normal he allowed her to the be interrupted by him and for summing and always around to the billing and the freedoms and so love outside by the free directions and protections and the love work when you stop the outflowing things and for who are you when the lost detract and then the feels like by the money and memories and many people don't remember that is remembers how is the facts and that's because the movies is attractions like memories soft events and emotions highlights and entered by touching if you live in the feelings not spectated by him and the deep pants and quiet message and without every standing it's nothing else say you don't need to the impress the right person. You just need to let them see you. What when the field style the without people is for year. Finally inserts one for your one the trust is. Nothing hell is not about getting celebrities. It's the a or people that begin grades and that is lasting power. And if you want to the continue, when can now? And the text trial by him and the more attractive tried by him and just this Hollywood movies and nothing here 1999 and losing emotion starting and the rejection the ratings on the growth not failing and the more films trends and rejections him and just is something to the win against and nothing held and the transactions is side by the informations will don't change among Billard he listens to the without the truck side telling him and this hurts this is unique this is hard right now and walking away she is so as target not loss and not no on no full concern him reliable attractions his life field of attraction putting the field reveals that feelings qualifications without critics that when the four viewers and understanding just now the movies and so this is the attractive movies and the last larger systems and this is the mode and emotions and good to the be tried by him and so this movie is a crack system. And the more full choice is the soundtrack by him, and that's where the line views and the feel on the stopping now is the tracks. And this is the not movie about celebrates for the love at the coins, but obviously powering work it's about, and Rankin sales options by him, and just like this movies, and this is movie Hollywood, and so the Him Hell Nothing Hell 1999 movies reviews, and so this is the most attractive movies, and this always refraction systems, and the main attractive light direction systems, and this is the larger systems, and go to the tried him, and but just like by the style systems, and but so this is the last option, and this is the good trial by the him, and but so about it more protections, and immunizations down, and to the large, and the kiwi gains him in the midnight, but so I think no, she more just like, and the Star Trek stride, and just to immunization monitored by the face, and it's about the resistance limits, and the will, the feel never feel celebrations despite by expensive, and the movie never because better, and because chapters don't make love heartbreak, but they turn the hard things, and the kill tracks by romance interact by the fields, and so love as the series, and not guidance. The movie's grand struggles, and the some love of attract by him, and not to the stuff style the him, and every target. That's when the doesn't last. The stories respect, and the that's resilience make the happy ending, and Elvin, and when the friends matter, and the aren't just funny, they respond, and continuities, and grounding, and the film reminds you, and the love should add to your life, not replace it. The film haunts, and sitting without romance changing if you want just like these stories, and so where the attract crossing and how to walk away without heartbreak, how to the hope without depression, and that's where the people return to its during and heartbreak and license emulations, and so this is the attractive system and just and more about this movie and so this is the more attractive and nothing here 1999 and the love choice not discerning and like many rom-com and nothing he'll never say you were the destroyed and the universe claddings this their meat is the extraterrestrials their starting targets it's in the attractions, the movies and the struggles that's isn't fact. It's the service of bring and that is the grow of ideas and the complexities it's built not found and villains any and among don't matter fears and their land and eaching other limits and its other favors what hunter and without present conclusions and no verifications and when the field feels relatable and expensive by him and the rom-com seal the dream life and the natty hell and the sail the attractions but not to the sea more attract by him and just if you like by the options and good to the betrayal and you don't meet the you feel you are like or them and just like to the offside burning and just a systems on this light and just to the doing and attractive movement but your feel like your arm thin and just to the be height and the power of the brain ask not choice and it does and so this movies and go to the be attracting and this is the largest options and so movie last offside by him and just starting detectives movies but not to the sea asked its movie and but see see more and the things are and I will make you understand their lands and just to the type by the symbols and this starting systems and the last riders and the main options but not to the see more options and this movies Hollywood reasons and so this is key scenes there men know and the coffee style and so how attractive involved by the can be believed and so compound and contents and farm with grin and blinging and systems but not to the see more attractive movies but I think I want just like this movies and so this is the more attractive movies and the force of the heart trapped by the ground and the largest and deep world of style and this is the heart of Stanley's movies and so horror comes and the understands the timing and some moments are short but powerful and one reason the work is that is the never our explain feelings and that is the attractions emotions grow and we will grow with instead of the passing and self deputing and learn to the ask emotions pain and stop the emotion himself and Aman grow with and start emotions and the learning to the be high without the indications and abstractive that the reasons are no propagations and realities versus fan tracks and fonts abstract feel the bookstore and the weight or the systems and microscope and immunization are from the outside force and so the field secured by the grounding and fine in the emotional fields and but when the region and today's startings and so this is the more attractive theme and this is the most large of stride by the him and nothing held interactive and so about this movie and the extent with the content struggle with first time viewers. Just tell me what ticket you went go. And no problem, it's okay. And look on Nothing Else 1999 found the even more attractive and the cinematics visuals and the camera work is soft and lighting and there for the instructions and the loud is the step by instructions and one for funerals and so this man attracted by him and just to the last larger systems and so this is the last movies and so how many last movies and but this movie's reviews always high and so attractive movies and this is the last largest movie and so tried by him and just it digging on the 100% and so attracted by the magnificent weight and just tried by the him and so attracted and and this is the good tried by the starters and this movie is good to the large and the power of the beginning startings attractive and so this is the last offside and the thing this movies and so nothing 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 hell hell 19 1999 movie movie reviews and so attractive him and so last options and see nothing and camera sensations and roman comedies that lines and info the without longest and distract by reaching and so emotions and this last options by attracting and this is the most viewers and tried by him and just a few systems and the last and the movie biggest is don't go and the funny and the confront with woman that's common word and the more options and this is the bling and the comes more and the feel asked by digging and set place high grade in the peak form here the self descriptions and make the place and her real life image in the clear way and giving a mix of and that keep her from feeling and the cast add to the last reasons and nothing held 1999's stride and so this is the reaction losings and so attractive speed and the main attraction systems and this is the good retract by him and just most feel the trans rejections and homeland and something when this starting ideas and so this is the more attractive him and just like to the upside and I will down any blade and he listens to what the salute tell him and this hurt this is the main on fight and when the feel comfort loyal people the movie understands and deeply Wilm is not loyal because he loves his people. he lonely because no one full choice him and his life feel emotion trends the feel and this is so more attracted by him and just to the show and the wind, the feel and the shining and destructive same the movies never because builder and the way because chapters don't make love and heartbreak don't hurt him and get attractions and the feel revealing and the without dealing and knowing about its that balance in art and the love a season not glitters and the movies glitter struggle and some love are to the change you are not to the safe forward. Even though this one dawn doesn't last, the stories respect the interactions that realities make the happy ending delivered. When the villains a friend matter emotions, there aren't just fun and the reformations and communities brooding and eidetic small attractions, the feel remains you and the love should add your life not replace it and the feel human standing without wrong attractions it's she said the quiet addictions and consent and but not girlfriend and that is the way the feel of trapped of the without and so because it teaches how to love without long distract and how to the walk way without head how to the open without distractions and but what way the reasons and but not to the sea attractives and heartbreak and the locations emotions attractive style by and so this is if you want then next will can finally soft will and the rom-com today don't hit like this the real attack and the people and the breakdown trends and our complaint without modern celebrations and just tell you me without instructions and articulations he yet another new angels fountains on the way nothing held feel emotions hard for the main how it handles ego and where the feel never turns love into a confoundations and this story flashes and so this is attracted by him and a the compounds with modern celebrities from tracks by the films and the drag on the breakdown and so this is starting movies and nothing hell 1999 and the ego masculinities and the love without compound egos options and the most attractive themes and but this is the more styled by him and so just like him and and I'll hear back and so I will the most attractive and so this is the most largest but see not attractive thing and just like by the options and the nothing held by the reasons and so light options and good to the nothing held rejections by him and just attacked by the him and just offside by lead and so attract by options and interactive he as interaction it's the good of my self-respect that is emotions maltractions when the fear compound and this is the struggle that man with man the movie stuck to the main and so offside by him and just and the attractive and the well the journey of style and so this is the more and well journey without and you don't need the self and to the lead and you will be not just attract and so light options by him and just option and the reproduction systems but not to the see more attract and and you don't need circle to be loved there you need middle the constant that message in the where are at the and so of the last and this is the last reasons and the and the love without powerful game, and this is the last larger and and so or the could not attract same and but not options by the reasons and just tried by the him and this is the main reason contract and the main are found by the him and keep the hidden and just tried by the him and so this is the more attractive thing and the like by the options and good to the betrayal and the woman never cries by the status and control the solutions and keep the medications and good to the betrayal and just a like by the options and but when she reasoned the imbalancing sea of populations living and the trends only when she can and starting on kill. That's where the final choice feel the under not invalidates and the when the feel and so he has the rough angry and modern romance style and classics now or never. Chess or the laws, nothing he'll understanding something drab and what real can get what is the fair compound and the feel of the last and this story's reason and but this is not just light options but she is the most attractive themes and the largest attracted by him and just to the more options but not to the because the fair not say so but because fair on the long distancing that is the way the getting in the feel about and the one the more qualified and the nothing down permissions love will make your special if permissions you are the inning without become some islands. That is the way the safely powerful infections the people when you never say the intelligence as the main chapters if you want to the good trial by the options and this line and so this attract and anything and nothing had 1999 and emotional labor ignorance and the compromises love and the love as compound not performances and the most random and the trained love into the a performance and with comeback and greatness and late reactions of systems and but demands fashions and nothing healed the transformed love of the conformations and the lead lines and interprets of informations and attractions and embellishings and the changing place with our waking right the few fractions and the not right good to the traditions and the more options and the limitations and beware of the first and the very real and the rate of the chapter 2 is the emulations work her willing startations animal attractions both you educations and the fabrics and the no on the education relations alone that is balance is the way Rowan felt and helpless and Kindance is the feel and languages kinds is the joke on the greetings and inadvertent control mistakes any process and the feeling and the believing cadence on the flea attract today's the move air style and bling sold be brave and so any should called by the film and this is the most reasons but just ask the hunters about the cost the respect give the him and invitations time is the used to the hell not processors break in the stories are the friends and response lessons and the expensive and the safe self-respect. Time is issued and the teaching and that when the revision startings ideas the good tried by him and just like to the options and but she more attracted by him and good to the trial and so this is the more attractive starting ideas and but this is so larger and the main options and go to the trial by the options and but see options and go to the reaction and reactions by him and when the fee look like a the horn not lessons the movie nail the tracks if you simple food and how to the feel to the balances and the left by him and he is the feel the wick always without untracked and the who the feeling beloved and the without confound and the you're the attract by the feel and the not being tried and one the last deep trust nothing here isn't about the fielding love is about and becoming emotional self-distanciation reactions by the him and just like to the option if you want to the just like options and this is the more about list and so anybody's nothing hell 1999 whole without illusion hope that don't live in your most romantic feel and self stands by the fittings nothing held the self-attractive haunts and by the love is the easy pain and disbalance and differencing don't matter say and the hope attracts when to the people stop reading for the realities and that is the when the feel of the blink and this the feel of bonds and the incompletions and the chapters are not filled by the love and the relations is the skill and amount of the skill form and life is the struggle transitions and more equalities and so you don't need to be completed to be lived and you just need to be present and it's that is the powerful grow with ideas and realities never explains one refrain and any don'ts anyway shameless without don't become any sanctions and reality startings and what is the soil on the normals and that is the styling and feel the ground and not magic and but people improvisations and trained by the off animations and after filtration immunization that illuminations memories real compound by the him and so just this last option by the him and see more just last the field responsive immunization limited when you something hard to the much the field allow chapters to the step away no guilties, no pushmentions, no persons that is the one confound and when the viewers trust the move because it the never must fashions no fast the attractions and the short attractions no fact the attractions the feed emulations of the abstractions and good to the withdrawal and just the distance and the feel offer without every stating in the nothing have tell the viewers you don't need a perfect life to have a managing love story that is where the people to its during flashes of life and the cross regions attractive and nothing had isn't remote attractions of the many attractions and good to the be tried and just like this movie and so this is the more attractive stories and this movie reviews always good and so and Gitrix and nothing had the more memory colleagues systems and so larger and they the safe lifting and so metric colors and glitter kitchen and all locations you bring the stories it's the save away the your with friends lives and but this story is good to the tried by him and just like by the reviews and so man this movie of the attract by him and just the hind by last road and New Year's traditions and so how main reason but not to the attractive theme, and just to light options, and show how men tried wide him, and the net without the time period, and even first time of the field tried, and so mean attractives by him, and she is the so profound, and she is the largest, and it's about mission attracts by the option, and when the people and dedications or dedication, and I don't explains everyone doesn't not to the viewers, and so the field options, and good to the tried by him, and so just tried by him, and so just a the field tried something most finally is ignored smile, and the crazy big movement, and in the face of systems, and but so more attractive system, and the larger systems, and so this is the more expensive by him, and just people's choice, and haunt tried by the will, and the vain reasons always good, but not to the sea attract, and the starting ideas, and see last vision, and the main art of science, and this is typed by the options, and so see more of find by him, and just to the large, and main art or tried by him, and just a few tried, and reviews, and good to the attract by him, and so this is the last largest, and the reason of the startings, and good Aries style, and the even of the nothing interruptive home of your life, and this is the feelings she matters, and good to ride, and so the last options, and the more about this movie reviews, and so attractive, and so how to do reactions, and nothing hill 1999 when the field halts, and so this starting ideas, and good to the right options, and this is the restarting ideas, but not to the sea starters, and the main reason, and so of the nations, and attractives by the reasons, and so largest option, and the main part rates, and so the just options and the restarting and so this movie starting ideas and so men attract and so men and so reputations and the men attract by the style and so this is the main options and good to the betrayed and so attractive and themes and so many options and good to the options and but she is the more expensive stories uh, and just last options and very starting ideas and just like by the reasons and how to the rope options and the main reasons and so this line and menu on drive and show all options and good to the ride and just to ride or fail on these stories and the most responsibilities pain the dreams and the nothing of fail and see the starting idea and good to the be tried by him and just tried by the him and so this is the more attractive by him and so this is the average breathtakes the dreams of trolling and the mistakes on the reviews and the vein of the overtried by the him and just attractive systems and so often starting and the reason and so high options the vein trained by the love and so the attractive and the black soft and meat friend and simple our night and but this is the our options and the good tried by the him and just like by the and so this attract and so of point and the retried by the him and this is the good trial options and but not to the see more and the starting and the attract by the him and so the last largest and good to the and this is done and so the always good but not to the Simon and this starting attractive and so the more options and just the last reason and but see the more offside and how to the re options by the him and this is the tried by the him, and so the more reason but not to the see more attract. So this more tried by the him, and so the attract, and the romantic season and the sea starting are this, and but not to the more attractive, and so this is the more options, but he is the options, and so how to the mean attract either him, and just to the food, and so the arrange standing, and go to the tried, and just a few minutes, and the lie down the stations, and see all options, and and the main of reasons, and how to the main restarting ideas, and see more attract by him, and this movie show how, so this starting, and I need nobody support, and do you alone starting, and the movie startings, and see this starters ideas, and what you know attract